It seems by now, whatever they're trying to do, they should have figured it out. Do they need
No, it's Satan. He's at his end. He's never going to figure it out. He really thinks he's going to win. Imagine if you were sentenced to hell and you knew no matter what you did, but if you could just get forgiveness from God, if you could just do that. Well, each day that goes by, he realizes it isn't going to happen. And this, on New Wine Ministries, this Vincent, I think that's the church that Ben goes to, I was listening to him the other day, said it best. There's a force in this world that hates humanity, and there's also a spirit and a force in this world that loves human beings. And that's the best way I can describe the whole matter to you. It's a spiritual warfare, and what people are trying to do is they're trying to put it in a perspective that they're aliens from another planet, and it's not true. It's just not the truth. I have been told the truth about it. I know the truth about it, and I know what they are. I've been told firsthand what they are, and the government officials that are in glee over this thing and love it know that they're demons, and they believe that they can win against God. Mm-hmm. I've been in meetings where they told us that the enemy was God. And they know that by propaganda, they tried with Hitler, that they can't destroy God with words because it didn't work. Some people believed it. And so now they're literally trying to destroy him, and these people think they can win. I mean, come on.
Does the military...
It takes a lot of gall. I mean, the devil is telling somebody the other day that the devil, I mean, he's got a lot of gall. I mean, he convinced... I mean, this is how bad you can get deceived. He deceived 1/3 of the angels who had it made. Can you imagine being in heaven and having it made and decide one day, well, I'm just going to see if I can whip God? Mm-hmm. Well, anything that I've built and assembled, I know how to destroy. Okay. So it'd be pretty logical if he designed me that he could destroy me also.
We have so many questions coming in, and I wonder if you could perhaps maybe just answer within a sentence or two so we can get through some of these. I don't want to leave anybody thinking they didn't get their question asked here. Okay. Have you seen somebody shapeshift?
Yes, at one time.
Okay. And did they shapeshift from a human to an alien?
Yes, and then back.
Okay. What happened to the clothes when they shapeshifted?
As I said earlier, their spirit, their clothes weren't real, and they don't tear off like you see in the werewolf movies. They just fade away, and they fade back in.
Okay. Then we have this one here. What is the alien agenda?
The alien agenda is, their part in this thing is to create an enemy with outside. Because it's obvious, if you're, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, you just be a little bit intelligent, just a little bit intelligent, that the world is never going to unite.
Okay.
Would you agree with me on that?
Absolutely.
Well, we have to have an enemy outside this world in order to unite. In other words, all these wars would stop if we knew that we had an enemy outside this world. So the alien agenda is to deceive you into thinking that there's an enemy outside this world. And when they persecute the Christians and kill them, most people aren't going to know that that's what's happening. And there's going to have to be an explanation for the disappearance of them because there is no rapture. It's just going to be the disappearance of people being killed. And, well, there is a rapture after the tribulation, but there's going to have to be an explanation. And they're going to tell them that they exchanged these people for technology, and they also had to give them up, otherwise be destroyed. I mean, you got to really, if you really want to put this in perspective, folks, go to YouTube and type in Ronald Reagan, and listen to the interview, the 10-minute long speech told 10-minute segment that he speaks nothing about but an enemy with outside this world, and how would it make us unite? How would we attack such a situation if we're arguing amongst ourselves? Right. Listen to it.
Okay. All right, we have this question here. Is there a meat processing factory on the moon?
I don't know about that.
Well, I think at some point they're going to, if they're abducting humans, and, at some point they're going to want to pack them up, take them for lunch. I don't know whether they're going to freeze dry them.
Why not really do it right here? Number one, all the shots that are called for the wars and everything are come out of Brussels.
Okay. We have this question from the Fast Blast. Do angels fly in UFOs?
That's debatable, I guess, because of Ezekiel. People like to exploit Ezekiel as, he did. It was obvious that he's seen something.
Mm-hmm. We have this question. Some of the soldiers you worked with in S4, otherwise known as Area 51, were they clones? Did you work with clones?
I have a story that I've seen about clones. If you want to expand on that, it was atrocious.
Okay, so you have worked with clones?
Yeah. And
all right.
I watched a tremendous event with them that I explained on another show I was on. It was just tremendous. Mm-hmm. Shocked me.
Okay. This question just came in on the live chat. Have you ever heard or seen reptilians eating people?
Yes.
Live people, or were they on a table or on a dinner plate? What?
Yes, torn to pieces alive. Children.
So have you seen child sacrifices?
Yes.
And you were in this presence at this time. You didn't know God, or you were a part of it, or you couldn't stop it.
Didn't know God. I wasn't part of it. I was a guard. You got to remember, I shot a 2.81-inch group at 1,500 meters with 10 shots in a minute and 53 seconds. So what kind of category do you think that puts me in? Probably the top guard in the world. One of them. So
you would guard the eating of children from who did
I didn't sit there and watch them do it.
Okay.
But I knew that there's certain things you just know.
Well, okay, but even as a military man, did you not find it odd aliens eating children?
Yeah, but I tried to just find it not real at all. How
is it? Did you feel like Who
wants to believe it? And I don't want to be. In other words, I've repented for it, and at one time I thought I could never be forgiven for letting it happen. But what was I going to do to stop it? So you thought then you were coming from it as it was your military duty to carry out an assignment. Yes, it was.
Okay, and so you
I didn't really want to know, even though I knew I didn't want to hear the details.
Okay. All right, and then did you see children being brought in chains, or how did they come in? They came in with blank looks on their face, like robots. And some of them, they knew, I think, what was going to happen, and I think that some of them were glad that it was going to be over with. These kids have been tortured all their life, shown atrocities, brainwashed, and a select few haven't. And you could tell which ones didn't care by the look on their face, and some of them were scared. I mean, yes, tears did roll down my eyes some days. And what are you going to do? What am I supposed to do? What you're telling me is strangely familiar in a series of interviews we did a year and a half ago with Hannah Billups, where she said she was taken to an underground base, and she said that